everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to Tensura Reincarnated. We're Roguelited. Blah. We are fine. We're just about at the end here. We have one more episode going through what's the rest of the new stuff in the Mysticism add-on updates. And then we're going to be reverting so that we can take a look at the last 3 BTR skills because this mysticism update broke some things with BTR, so I have to revert if I want to showcase them and make sure everything's working properly. But last time, I fixed things, so now we can use Anti-Vorta, which, if I remember correctly, this one's just some very good dodge chances. I probably have it on a bar here. And it has this roll the dice thing, where you roll 2 dice now that it's mastered, and say a 3 and a 5 will give not levitation I think might be 3, or levitation is 4. And then 5 is burden 5, which I think makes mobs do less damage. I can actually double check that real quick. It's in the frequently asked questions. All the way on page 6. I think it will show burden. Increases weight, preventing jumping. Okay, that's what it does. So yeah, roll the dice will let you do that. It will give debuffs, and then it has attack vectors and future sight, both of which I believe have to do with full dodge chances. Or at least one of them gives full dodge chance, and then the other one, basically, if you keep getting hits, eventually you'll have not a 100% ever dodge chance, but it is pretty good. Also, it can show you like, oh, this block is dangerous or that, or it will show a chest in yellow. In fact, there's a chest over there so I can fully see that. So basically a very good dodge skill with some extra little functionality that makes it pretty cool. Interesting, a diamond chest doesn't pop up in yellow. I guess because it's modded? Maybe a normal chest would? I don't know. So that's a pretty cool skill. That one we had tried to check out the episode prior, but it didn't work. Chaos Metalloid, that's what we were. I'm not sure if that's intended or not. Oh yes, between episodes, I did actually get a comment from the Mysticism mod creator. So I actually know where some of these new skills actually come from as far as like the idea behind them. Like the world is 100% a JoJo's reference. Spiritualist and which one was it? I have it open. Spiritualist and Stagnator are just custom ones that's apparently close friends or staff requested. So we took a look at Spiritualist. That one's just pretty good and gives a boost, but we have not seen Stagnator yet. That's going to be one of the ones we look at today. Plunderer, the other one we're going to be looking at today, is apparently an actual skill in Tensura, or at least the one in here is based on an actual skill, so we'll get to see that. What else was there? Cultivator, which that one's a pretty cool one. This one I said this is the one that got an episode titled "Are We a Super Saiyan?" Apparently, this is about Chinese manhua cultivation. Something I don't actually know a whole lot about, so I can't really speak on that. And then Pernita here, which is one we checked out last time, which I just pressed every wrong button there. Pernita there. This is actually a cool one. This one gives us anatomy manipulation so we can change our body size, which would be very nice paired with something like Engorger. Then it has adaptive replication. Basically, it will let us copy ourselves and create a bunch of clones if we're on low health. Um, what else did this skill do? Pernita. Where is it? Let me pull this up real quick so I can say for sure and try not mix up the skills, hopefully. Um, Pernita. There it is. So yeah, we get cloned. If we were to die, every 2 minutes we just say no to dying. That's pretty strong. Um, if an opponent is stronger than us, we get stronger as well. Like if they're 20% stronger than us EP-wise, we gain strength in 3 and resistance 1. Maxing out at 100% EP higher than us, where we get strength in 15 and resistance 4. So basically, if we're weaker than the fight entails, we get a big buff to try to make up for it. Other than that, we can actually train up resistances, so that's pretty cool. We didn't actually fully get to see that in work, like we got 1 point on heat attack or something like that. But yeah, you can see we can slowly gain resistances against heat and stuff. And whenever the resistance is mastered, it will in turn become the nullification for free. Although that's, I don't know. The more I think about that, that is cool if you manage to get a resistance after awakening. But you have to awaken before doing most of these first anyways, so that actually becomes kind of difficult. Anyways, Pernita is that, and then... Yeah, apparently it's also some sort of plunderer skill with its organic distortion, I think. Um, oh, sorry, adaptive replication. This can copy extras, uniques, and whatnot. It's got a 2-minute cooldown. And do we copy these or just get temporary versions of them? No. So we can copy extras, intrinsics, and common skills. But if we manage to hit a unique skill instead, we only get it temporarily for a few minutes and then it disappears. So that's something. It can technically get you extra uniques, but it's not the strongest of plunderer skills. Its main purpose lies in getting nullifications and not dying every 2 minutes. Other than that, we also took a look at antithesis. Also to note, Bernita evolves from compulsor, and antithesis evolves from inverse. And basically, this one's pretty cool. Basically, antithesis here is don't get hit at all. It's basically a full counter type of skill, where if something hits you, you have a high chance to just reflect all damage and deal it back doubled. And then it has a mode so that you can make it 100% chance for a couple minutes, although it does slow you down considerably. That's a bit of a drawback, although a full auto hit pack is pretty powerful. Other than that, if your opponent has a bunch more HP than you do, you can swap HP with them on a 25% chance, or 50 when it's mastered. So it's very good at either not getting hit, or if you do get hit a bunch, getting your health back. And then you can also like teleport around and shift places with other mobs with Vital Shift. And then Malice Exchange, basically go, oh, I have, I mean, I can actually showcase this one fairly well. Royal Beast goes off, we have Fragility 2 and whatnot. Slash Tensura cooldown. Well, ability cooldown. Antithesis to 0. Where is it? There it is. Antithesis 0. Malice Exchange. I have a whole bunch of slowness and whatnot. Now our opponent here has a whole bunch of slowness and whatnot. And now our dwarf here has a whole bunch of all that stuff. So basically, get rid of your debuffs and put them to something else is basically the gist of this skill. So this is a pretty cool one. Neither of these are... Both of these are amazing as secondary ultimate skills to pair with another one to cover, like, full-on combat things. These are both defensive skills. I would kind of want a offensive skill to pair with them. Even, like, a very good combat offensive skill or just some nice magics or whatnot might make the difference enough. So, a couple of very cool ones. Oops. Accidentally ran into a slime. Actually, if I run up to a baby slime and just stand in it for a little bit, we can, like, sort of spam that effect, because it won't do damage. So, doubling 0 damage from the baby slime still equals 0 doubled damage, so... Oh, that actually managed to do enough. I guess that wasn't a super baby, that was just a minor baby one. Anyways, we saw both of these skills last time. Apparently, both of these are Bleach references. Inverse Compulsor and Spatial Void, which is apparently a new magic. It doesn't actually have a wiki page yet, but Spatial Void here. I'm curious if this might have been added as one of the spatial things you get with a tier 3. There's a chance, I don't know. But apparently, it's got a 30-second cooldown, and it's essentially a spatial version of Darkness Cube. Wow, did it really take 30 seconds to launch this thing last time? Did I forget? Anyways, just a couple of cool skills. Apparently, all three of these are based on Bleach, a series which I know by name, and I could tell you it's got Shinigamis, Quincy's, and Hollows that fight each other in Bunkai. That's all I got, and that's because I played Bleach mods. I've watched like 24 animes, but not very many of the big animes. Like, I didn't watch Dragon Ball until after we finished the Dragon Block series. I've never watched Naruto, but we're next Minecraft series is going to be a Naruto series. And then I'll probably watch Naruto after that, because that's just kind of how things go. I've played anime mods, but haven't watched the animes that go with them. Anyways, that's about it for recap. Today, we have to take a look at Plunderer and Stagnator. Stagnator is apparently just something that someone requested. I know nothing about, uh, and Plunderer is based on an actual skill, but I don't know what it does fully. But, well, I've looked at what Plunderer does. We're going to start with Stagnator, because Plunderer actually has multiple evolutions. Stagnator just has one. So let's start here, shall we? And I should probably actually pull up the wiki on this. These all change. The times call for it. Prevent targets from moving or regenerating and stop all things from harming you. Cool. Let me go pull up this real quick. It's got Stagnate. Oh, excuse me. Inaction, Stasis Coat. Okay. So it looks like it's got three active things. If it has a passive, it's only a passive in slot. So let me go see real quick. Okay, so pretty straightforward skill. The active things you see are the active things you get. So Stagnate. When used, reduce the target's velocity to 0 and maintain it for 10 seconds. This also makes them freeze midair if they are falling or flying. Okay. So, jump at me, please, lizard. Stagnate. I missed. Whoops. Oh, I guess that's still active. I thought that ran off. Maybe that's a toggle thing I misremembered. Jump. Jump. Stagnate's still on cooldown. It says a big old number on it, and I still somehow missed it. You just stay there for a moment so I can get that command ready. Stagnate. I apparently hit the hound, so it's just going to be fully stuck there for 10 seconds. I didn't see if it... My best guess is it's using the time stop command or effect, but I didn't actually see it. I cannot hit the Sleech Lizard while it's in motion. Maybe it would be best if I went to find, like, a dragon peacock or something. Something that I can see flying, so I can see it fully get stopped midair. Or I could just spawn, like, a chicken, like, high up. Just do, like, a pillar, spawn a chicken. I think apparently I lost the chicken spawn egg at some point, or I, like, tossed it in a chest. Chicken? I am not in cheat mode, apparently. Stagnate. Oh, you can see Stagnate 5. Wasn't it supposed to be 10 seconds? Reduce the target's velocity to 0 and maintain it for 10 seconds. Maybe it's only 10 seconds on Mastery and it starts at 5. So basically, just full time stop on an opponent. Stagnate. Can they actually attack? It's hard to tell if it just didn't attack or if it can't attack. It says it stops velocity. It doesn't say it stops action. So my best guess would be that this unique skill is only for stopping it from moving, and it could still do something if it wanted to. Like if this is a good test. Like, you can still hurt us. Okay, no, it does actually stop it from doing anything. I thought it might have just been movement stop, but it is all stop. which is better, so that's good to know. Other than that, it also has inaction and stasis count. Inaction, well held, the user gains barrier points over time, and the user is able to move or attack. Okay, so inaction. So I am stuck in place, and you can slowly see up in the top there, barrier points slowly going. Huh. Okay. So it depends on when that maxes. Does that actually have like a max value? Like, so far, I think the highest barrier we saw was I think it might have been Azathoth from BTR. Or not Azathoth. What does Tempter evolve into? I can't remember right now. Um Tempter evolves into Azazel? I think it's Azazel. I think that's right. So, yeah. So far, Azazel maxes out at like 40,000 of those points or something like that. If this inaction is like permanent and it can go up to like 100,000 if we wanted to, that could be pretty good. Also, I can totally just stop myself mid-air. It's entirely safe away from anything else. It is very slow though. It's 50 MP a second, and I get like a single point. Apparently when the skill is mastered, that gets better. So we'll do mastery and then just try it before killing anything and getting the ultimate skill. And finally, we have Stasis Coat, which gives us fragility. But in return, we gain severance to all of our attacks, as well as plus 10 damage. This skill must be learned. Oh, you've become closer to acquiring Stasis Coat. Okay. Let's do the mode learn thing, because this should actually work on the skill. Mode learning for that, all 100. Learning points in one mode have been set to 100. Okay, now it's working. You can see our arms start glowing there, which should, in fact, mean that this thing can no longer regen. Although it's only supposed to last for one hit. It's supposed to last for one hit, but our arms are still glowing. 66. 66. Normal hit 56. Okay, that was supposed to be a single hit, but for some reason it's still working there. Do you have Severer? Yes, you do. Cool. So we can actually see it in action there. Yep, sure, go away. So yeah, just a little bit of a Severer boost. It lasted like 5 hits. What made it go away then? That's for a skill that says it's single time use, it seems to actually be on a timer, which is a bit strange. But that's it. That's all Stagnator has to show. It's pretty straightforward as a unique skill. A little bit of a buff as far as combat goes, because just a little bit of a damage boost and Severer, though Severer is a pretty nice ability, so just having that is nice. Stagnate to just lock things in place, and an action to give some extra defensive capabilities. So it's a little bit of utility, a little bit of defense, and a little bit of combat, all mixed together. So it could be a pretty good all-around skill, but obviously there's more to see. So we're going to do Mastery Max, as is typical at this point. Do any of the other skills get better? Stasis Coat, Stagnate. Okay, Stagnate gets boosted to 10 seconds, as expected. Stasis Coat, oops, that was the wrong thing. 56. Okay, so that times its boost by 3. It now does an extra 30, so mastering this skill seems like a pretty good all-around thing. In actions, click and hold. I'm not sure if that's faster. It might be slightly faster, but I think the main thing with it is that now we can do that. Apparently, this version is slower. It costs the same, and it like halves the speed, but you don't actually have to click and hold it. You can still move around. So, pretty pretty good. I haven't actually gotten to a point where the multi-layer barrier is actually super powerful in regards to anything that can actually hit us. Like, Hinata has a barrier breaker and just doesn't care. So, it's maybe more useful against players, assuming they don't also have a way to break through barriers. But there's also a lot of skills that break through barriers, so defensive against most things, but not the strongest things. So, that's all well and good. Let's go beat up a deer. That didn't work. Oh yes, this skill actually needs something else alongside it if you want to evolve it, doesn't it? You need to master multi-layer barrier, which I don't think we have period on this run just yet, do we? No we don't. So Tensura grant. Edit ability, grant, Tensura, multi-layer barrier. And then we're just going to instantly go ahead and mastery of multi-layer barrier up to full. There, max. Cool. So in turn, just go beat up a deer real quick. And Bushyasta is now available to learn. Bushyasta is, once again, it is available to learn. It does not actually just automatically have it. Why is it that some skills work like this and some skills you just got automatically? This isn't the first case of seeing that, but it's still strange. Why did I put it on that bar instead of the one we just have there? So we're just going to Tensura edit grant ability grant Bushyasta, so we don't have to worry about learning it, because I haven't found out how to just learning point it. I've only figured out mastery. So now Bushyasta is available. Does it have toggles? Yes, it does. Oh, you're gonna be super shocked. Use the power of stagnation to prevent all change to yourself or others, to empower your attacks, or even stop stop the hearts of your enemies. Okay. I just read stop the enemies. Nope, not what that says. Super shocking. Thought acceleration enchant annulments. Pick an ultimate, it has that. Like, this is so common. All projectiles do not harm us, so total projectile immune while it's in slot. Road to stagnation. All non-ally entities gain slowness 4 when within 10 blocks of us. Or if they're far away, or if they're within 20 blocks, they get slowness 2. And eventually it becomes paralysis when the skill is mastered. Slowness 4. At this point, it should probably be slowness 2 if I had to guess. So, another skill that is going to work on most mobs, but not the scary mobs like Hinata or whatnot. Cessation is also part of its toggle. All the user's attacks gain a bunch of damage, bypass resistance, treat nulls as resistance, and we slowly gain barrier points. 71 gets boosted to 73, so it's definitely better. And our damage is up to 106, so 50 extra damage. When the unique skill maxed out at 30, this one starts at 50. So that's pretty good. So far, it's doing some of the same things better. We haven't seen all of the same stuff as Stagnator yet, though. Did I actually leave Stagnator on? I think I left Stagnator on. Let's turn that off real quick. 79 becomes 80 in a moment? Yeah. Okay, so Stagnator and Bushyasta actually do the extra toggle for the multi-layer points at the same rate. Good to know. In action. Hold. When held, the user cannot be harmed. However, the user also cannot move. Okay, so in action. This is the skill that would give us multi-layer points before. Apparently, this is meant to be total damage reduction. So we got hits, but we're not taking damage. Okay, good to know. So effects like the leech lizard's nausea and whatnot can still take effect, but you're not actually going to take the damage from those attacks. That's total damage negation. Which does that mean that if I just go into an action, It's always, will this stop a disintegration? And the answer is usually no, but this is another case where I think the answer might be yes, just like the two from last time. Um, hmm. And maybe I should be testing these skills actually against Hinata. But the thing is, I have to go through a normal Hinata fight without actually preparing for it very well. So, maybe. Maybe. I wish I could just spawn stage 3. Yeah, I wish I could spawn stage 3 Hinata when she's already launching disintegrations and whatnot. Anyways, there's that. Um, Time manipulation. Hold on. Stasis coat, stagnate. Oops, that's the wrong one. Inaction, stagnate, stillness of one's heart, stasis coat, time manipulation. Time stop for 10 seconds. Okay. Okay, I have time stop core for 2 for 10 seconds. Okay, as soon as the time stop runs out on me, everything else will start moving again. Although, they're not exactly feeling well, are they? Or they also have slowness 4 because I'm close by, so I guess... Oh, Shogo. You would actually maybe be a good point to test inaction against, but in a moment. Anyways, inaction is very good defense. Stagnate is time stop, but a more controlled time stop than the BTR one again. Stagnate cost 1000 MP. All nearby enemies are frozen in place. They can neither move nor attack for 60 seconds, or the effect is removed by user sneak using the skill. However, they also cannot be harmed. Okay. So, stagnate. It's a minute long. These things can't. Um. Game. You kind of forgot part of that. You know, the whole they cannot be harmed thing. If I sneak use it, it gets removed. Stagnate. I don't know. That opponent looked pretty harmed to me. Stagnates. Wait, how did I get Berserker? Oh yeah, I guess I probably did a whole bunch of damage. That was... Hold on. Offensive Berserker. Where is it? Deal 100,000 damage. How did that happen? Okay. Cool. Now I have Berserker. Not that exciting. We've seen that skill already. We're here for new ultimate skills. But yeah, Stagnates. It's supposed to be a longer term time stop on select mobs instead of everything. But the fact that I can actually damage things... Let's do time stop again. Time manipulation. Okay, time manipulation actually stops me from picking up things. So, why would I use... Why would I use time manipulation instead of stagnate? Stagnate's just better, isn't it? Like, it's more controlled, it has longer time, and its whole thing about not doing damage just isn't working. Also, I was supposed to let that Shogo hit me once, and then I completely forgot. I got excited by stopping everything in its path. Anyways, stillness of one's heart, stasis coat. Oh yeah, and then it has a mastery, an extra multi-layer thing you can learn by mastering it. Stillness of one's heart instantly kills all non-spiritual beings in a 25 block radius. On mastery kills spiritual things too, if they don't have spiritual resist. Okay, so this skill will insta-kill everything around as long as it's not spiritual. And then if it is spiritual, it will die when it's mastered. But this skill is also blocked by negation, spiritual attack, resistance, and negation. Although, even with nullification, it does 10% HP, which is still pretty decent. That's... Ugh. I hit the ground and the game froze up. 1 second. Oh, we good, never mind. So, just basically a one-shot. Do I have Bushasta's time thing up? No, not yet. Where is it? Cooldown, Bushasta to 0. Just have that ready as well. Illness of one's heart. Okay, that even worked on the NPCs. What was here? I don't remember. Does this work on... Okay, it does not work on my clones, as expected. So that's pretty cool. That's straight up just an insta-kill to anything that doesn't very specifically say it defends against spiritual stuff. And if I mastered it, it would probably be able to even one-shot, like, Ifrits, which would make it very good for fighting Hinata, or... Well, yeah, very good for fighting Hinata's spirits, at least, but no, I meant Shizu. So, yeah, so far, it's just a way better stagnator. Stasis coat. I need to go run over here and find the end to the dummies real quick. So as a baseline, this thing gives 50 extra damage and we're doing 100 and some on, right? So if we just punch a thing, we are up to 118? 106, that's right. Stasis coat. Ah, okay, so we don't get the extra damage boost from Stasis coat anymore. It just does... Oh. When used, all attacks permanently reduce the target's max HP or spiritual health by half the damage taken until death. Costs a bunch to use, last until you hit something. So, this is no longer Severance. This is like this is like Susanoo's thing, where it permanently reduces max HP, which is kind of cooler. Like, yeah, this kind of does everything Stagnator does, but better, which, yeah, and then, yeah, the ultimate skill does the same thing as the unique skill, but better. Yes, that's how ultimate skills work, doof. Goofball. So, yeah, just a better Severance, like max HP. I'm curious if, like Susanoo, I can also get rid of the effect by, like, shift-clicking the mob with it. Although this is applied to... I'm forgetting how Susanoo worked. If you shift-clicked a mob that you had done the absolute Severance thing to, you could get rid of the effect. I'm not sure if that's going to work the same, or if everything I hit is going to be permanently reduced. Not that I really have a good target to hit right now. Grab a golem. What am I doing? I'm just running around in circles. Grab a golem. Yeah. Go away. So many leech lizards. Stillness. 1,000. I need to actually have stasis coat ready, so stasis coat. Okay, half of the damage done. 779841. 779841. Is that... No, that's not halving it. So that's just doing the same number. It's supposed to be halved. I don't know. Like 68 difference between actual and max. 68 difference to 60 huh? I don't know. That's a 70 difference now. It's working strangely, but yeah, and then I can shift click it to remove it. Cool. So yeah, this works just like a Susanoo's thing, which is pretty nice if you're trying to go for true hero and you need to keep a mob low health. And so that you could just do that, and then actually you could stasis something or stagnate something, stasis code it, unstasis code it, regen. There you go, true hero, pretty simply. But yeah, that all seems pretty powerful. And then when it's mastered, some of those skills get better, and some of them, and you get a new one. New one's not the most exciting thing, but it's still cool nonetheless. Time manipulation is still 10 seconds. Yep. I cannot get rid of time manipulation. That only happens over time. Cooldown to 0. Inaction. I'm assuming doesn't really change much. Stagnate. That still seems to work about the same. Illness of one's heart would now kill spiritual beings, so let's just spawn in an Ifrit real quick. Or let's spawn in Shizu, shall we? So I need coolness down. Stillness of one's heart. Cooldown down. Coolness of one's heart. Yep. That's an Ifrit one-shot, which is pretty powerful. Like, stopping Ifrit in his tracks is pretty cool when he could start blowing stuff up. And... oh, this was supposed to get multi-layer barrier, but I don't actually see it here for some reason. Active press requires learning multi-layer barrier. Yeah, multi-layer barrier is supposed to be a part of it, but I don't see it anywheres. You know what? That's fine. It technically has a multi-layer barrier built in. It's pretty slow to actually train up, though. But if you have it set up to keep Stagnator as well, you can just build it up double time, and eventually it will be good. It will be on par. I'm not entirely sure how useful that is in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, this is looking pretty cool. And the fact Stagnate doesn't have a cooldown, and its whole not damaging things under Stagnate's not really working. And then stillness of one's heart. Insta-kill everything around you. That's just a powerful skill. So, all around, fan of this one. Now, this is such a good all-around skill that I would... the last two, I would feel better if they were secondary to some very good offensive skill. This one, while it is technically more utility than combat, its utility is very combat oriented, so I would feel good to just time stop or stagnate, bang, bang, bang to win a fight. Or just stillness of one's heart, which is just kind of a hockey skill. Like, it's an area of effect insta-kill, which is very powerful. The Bushiasta, definitely higher up on the ranks of strength than the last two. But it's not the most powerful, but it's so good utility and has so much versatility that it definitely makes up for it power-wise. Anyways, that's that. We have one more, or we have one more starting unique to look at, which becomes another unique, which becomes an ultimate skill. And that is the Plunderer line. So, I know slightly what this does. I've looked at this one already. Or at least I've looked at the wiki for it. Plunderer. Where is it? There it is. Blend the shadows together for a perfect mix of discord and harmony. Rule over them and destroy all who dare disrupt the Shadow Monarch's reign. Look at that picture. It's probably a little bit too small to actually see what it is. But if you're watching a certain series, you might recognize the Shadow Knight with a red plume on his helmet. Yeah. Yeah, this is getting the title. Plunderer. It has a toggle. Soulscape. Killing any enemy will have a 25% chance for their soul to linger for a short time. 50% of mastery. The user has 30 seconds whether to keep them or not. And a true passive. During the night, your shadows grow restless. All shadow warriors gain increased damage and strength, and increased damage and speed. Does not affect the player unless a specific condition is met. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can see where this is going. So toggle that. Ah. Ooh, I think that's the soul. Shadow warrior. Arise. Shadow subordinates. Okay. Press the mode while looking at a lingering soul will create a Shadow Warrior version of the mob you killed, at the cost of the target's EP before you killed them permanently. This reduces your max MP by the target's EP. Includes Otherworlders but not bosses. So no Orc Lords. At least with Plunderer. Shadow Warriors are loyal to the player and act like a permanent subordinates. Store... okay. Now it's next mode, Shadow Storage. So now I have Shadow Subordinate. You can see its strength, its HP, its spiritual HP. We have so much MP in this world that you couldn't really see the difference. But it cost us 3,000 to keep this thing. Store any subordinate, right-click their ground to resummon them. Aw. I was expecting No, I was expecting that shadow to be able to reform. Like, hmm. Like, it says permanent subordinate, which made me think, like, it would be really worded strangely to me. Ha, another soul. Arise. And yes, I will be saying that every time. So yeah, now we have a shadow subordinate version of our little lizard friend here. Put you in storage. That's very cool. And finally, Shadow Merge. While holding any of your Shadow Warrior subordinates in item form, pressing the skill key will allow you to harness their abilities, meaning their stats are added onto yours. Their max EP is added to your EP while merge is happening. Pressing Shadow Merge again while merged will give you the original subordinate back in item form. Dying will make you permanently lose this subordinate. Okay. While merged, Essence of Night applies to you as well. So, during the nights, all of our subordinates just get stronger, but we don't. Unless I were to say, you already have Sensate Source. The shadows call forth. You have merged with Shadow subordinate. So I gained 1 extra health and a very good speed buff. I guess leech lizards are very fast, so this makes sense. Now I need it to be nighttime. Ooh, hold on. Arise. Arise. Storage. You two can just hang out in there. And I gained EP equal to whatever the leech lizard I merged with has. So, oh, I love this skill. Oh, this skill is great. It says it doesn't work on bosses, which makes me immediately assume that Shizu and Ifrit are out of the question. And I don't think I can even hurt you. Like, you have physical nullification, I think. So, I think beating you up and making you a tame is out of the question. But let's try it. No, it did work. Arise. Oh, and you can float now that you're no longer made of metal. That's cool. Skill storage. There we go. Oh, you have 105,000 EP? Actually, that would have spent 100,000 MP to do it. But 46471. Shadow Merge. Oh, actually have to be in my... Oops. Plunderer. 0. Let's go ahead and go in and do cooldown real quick. Shadow Storage. 71 is 0.71. If we now do Merge, you already had Physical Resist, Self-Regen, and Absorb and Dissolve. Okay, that didn't seem to affect our max EP. Actually, it seems like we lost some health. We didn't gain any extra... Yeah, we didn't gain any extra health. We might be slightly slower, but I'm not sure. We have 10 built-in armor now, because I think slimes just do that. Okay. So, kill things, force them to be your shadows, store them with you, then call them out to fight. And then, from there, just keep killing, keep summoning, merge with them to get stronger. If I do... Or, let's grab out an extra dummy, so I don't have to keep running back. A normal punch right now does 107. Let's actually turn off Bushiasta real quick. 57. I think that was 56 before, so we have an extra 1 boost just from merging. If we do times set night real quick. Night. Times at midnight? Not times at midnight. What is that? That's 12.5? That's not a super big boost, but I guess it's something. Wait, it was 57 to 57 point, or to 67.5. 11.5%, 11.5 point boost? Yeah, that's about a 20% boost, I think, if I'm doing that math right. Okay. So, that's pretty cool. Oh, apparently I lost all of my multi-layer points at some point whenever I got hit. I am definitely faster now that it's nighttime, though. And so we're just going to remain in nighttime for the rest of this testing. Anyways. Uh, what in the... Is this a thing? Hold on. What are you doing down here, friend? Slash game mode C. Uh, I don't think I've ever heard one of the direwolves howl like that before. I think that's a first. Also, this poor friend just got trapped down here. I wish I could Since when do they do this? Have I... Oh, that's really cool. I've never seen that before. I guess I never found a direwolf while it was a full moon. Oh, that's awesome. That's a nice little touch. So I guess direwolves howl at the moon. That's cool. Anyways, definitely got distracted there. Let's go ahead and master plunder, shall we? Or plunderer. Where is it? There it is. Ability cooldown. Instead, we're going to do mastery, as is typical. And just beating up one thing should automatically evolve this into vainglory. Let's actually just go back into survival mode. I started doing these tests in survival. I'm not entirely sure why, but honestly, I'm fine with it. So, ran too fast. Arise. Why did you have full HP? But, seriously, why did our shadow subordinate friend here arise? Ooh, it works on you. You won't have any skills, though, because I think I forgot to actually add in that. Oh, Lunar Boost. Okay, you can actually see it there. Do I have Lunar Boost? No, why? Merge? Temporary body armor has been lost. I wish it told me I had temporarily gotten body armor instead of telling me what I didn't get. So, let's go ahead and do that. What if I remerge? Already have physical, absorb, and dissolve. You temporarily gained body armor. Did I just miss that the first time? Oh, yeah, I did. Never mind, ignore me. So, why am I not getting Lunar Boost? I should. I don't know. Anyways, I just have a couple of friends here. Our shadow subordinate of the Harpy won't have skills because I don't think I actually added in the Grimoire of Gaia datapack compatibility to this world. But oh well. But seriously, how do I... Plunderer and Shadow Motion. Why is that on this screen, but not the... That's on the Plunderer. Or that's on the Vainglory one, but not the Plunderer one for some reason. Arise. Arise. Anyways, so... Tensura ability grant. Ability grants... Tensura Shadow Motion. Tensura Shadow Motion. There it is. Already has Shadow Motion. Oh yeah, fine. So, Mastery of Shadow Motion. I didn't realize I had that. I guess I killed an Enderman at some point. Mastery, Shadow Motion, Max. Cool. Now, go ahead and just run over to our Enderman friend here and just say, BOP! Okay, now why is it not evolving? For Vainglory, Master Plunderer, and Shadow Motion. I did? So why do I not have Vainglory right now? Is this another case where I'm going to have to go in and fix the configs? They should be working fully fine right now, so I'm not sure why that would be the case. Shadow Motion is an extra skill, I think. Let's just look at it real quick. Yep, Shadow Motion and Plunderer. I do not have Vainglory. I should. I'm not sure why I don't. Fine then, I guess I'm going to have to actually spawn in the ability then. Slash Tensura. Edit ability grant. Vainglory. It's a V. It's at the very bottom. It's at the very bottom. There it is. Vainglory. So, it is still a unique skill for now. Vainglory. You, the one who conquers this sacred land, in control over both shadow and light. May all your enemies bow before the might of your shadow army. Sure, it can go there. As far as toggle skills go, killing any enemy will allow their soul to linger. The user has 30 seconds to choose whether or not to keep them, or they'll disappear forever. So Shadow Warrior is now a guaranteed any mob I kill will work for this. All shadows gain increased damage and speed during the night, in-game armor and armor toughness in the day. Does not affect the player unless a specific condition is met. So, and now we have our nighttime boost, but during the day we also gain armor boost. So, if we're looking for offense, nighttime battles. Daytime battles are for defense. And a passive in slot. Any deaths that the user may take are rewritten at the cost of 25% of the user's MP. They'll be randomly teleported to a location next to the target. Susanoo will counteract this. Huh? So, that's a toggle. Apparently, if I were to die, I can just say no again, and then I'll teleport randomly away. But it says teleport to next to random targets, or randomly next to targets. I'm not sure what target means in this case. That's all well and cool. Ooh. Ooh. Yay. So, now, Shadow Storage, or Shadow Warrior, now instead of taking max MP, will now only take current MP, meaning that we can get subordinates a whole lot easier now. Arise. And yes, I do have to keep saying that, because of course I do. Shadow Storage for you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Cool. And now I'm just running around with a whole bunch of these in my pockets, and if I wanted to, I could unmerge with the slime and add it too. So any subordinates, Shadow Merge. While holding any of your Shadow Warrior subordinates in item form, pressing the skill key will allow you to harness their abilities, meaning their stats are added into yours. Their max EP is added to your EP while merge is happening. Pressing Shadow Merge again will unmerge you, and dying will make you permanently lose them. While merged, Essence of Eclipse applies to you as well. So apparently we get the armor and strength boost during the nighttime too. Or we're supposed to. You need to hold it. Huh? Oh, I guess that was still counted as a Plunderer merge, not the Vainglory merge. This is a skill that really you're not meant to have both. You have the config to keep both the ultimates and the unique skills. But this is a unique to unique upgrade, which is supposed to actually get rid of the skills. But Shadow Merge with our little slime friend. Temporarily gain body armor, and we have our other boosts. Though we're still not really seeing the attack boost that we're supposed to get. And if I do this Shadow Merge on top, you've already merged. Okay, so it was counted as a Plunderer merge for some reason, but you can't merge with both either. So a little bit of weirdness where you're not supposed to have both skills, but it's been reset properly. Cool. Arise. Shadow Storage. Cool. So this skill, really not sure why we're not getting the lunar boost, but okay. Let's make it daytime again. And we should get an armor boost. Okay, we do get the boost. It just doesn't show up. We got the armor boost at least, we just don't have the effect. And if we were to summon out our little friend here, it still has the lunar boost. I think I will probably update to have the defensive boost in a moment. Also, we have a deer that can do 10 damage. These things don't fight. Oh yeah, solar boost, you can see it has a whole bunch of armor now. I'm set midnight once again. It should get lunar boost in just a moment. We do 67 damage, so we are getting our boost there. Oh, and our dear friend is up to 24. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool boost. Anyways, it's hard to show off the whole not dying thing. Is it 25% of max or current magicules when I die? I don't know. I don't think it will protect against slash kill. Your clone limit has been reached. Killed Ardentras. Hold on, am I? Oh, hold on. I'm unkillable. I literally can't die. 23288. Two. Okay, I literally can't die now. I believe I have become too strong. Maybe, I'm not sure if that is just this skill. I'm not sure which skill is making me unkillable. Like, that's just can't die. I literally cannot die. I spam click /kill and cannot die. Where's the Hinata? Where's the Hinata? I have a feeling we could probably, using Bushasta's Stillness of One's Heart, there it is. We can probably jump all the way through all of her spirits and whatnot and just get to disintegration pretty quickly. So I'm really curious. Can we legitimately just not die at this point with this set of unique skills or ultimate skills? The other set of ultimate skills, when all turned on and all acting properly, or all toggled fully on, probably meant we were unkillable. But in certain circumstances, we just revived when we died. We weren't fully unkillable. This one might just not be able to die, period. Like, we're not even reviving. We just won't die. Game, you okay? Oh, all the clones are dead. Or all the spirits are dead. Oh yeah, I'm also just hitting back at her. Am I actually damaging her? No. In action. Oh, not in action. Stasis coat. Oh yes, I should also stasis coat with this skill whenever I have the chance. Come on. Oh yeah, you do spiritual damage. Stasis coat. Oh yeah, you just don't care about all that. Cool. Like, we are not prepared to fight a Hinata, but can a Hinata kill us? That's kind of what we're here to see, not can we beat Hinata. Although I would like to see if we can't... Do I have infinite regen on? The answer is no. Yeah. No. I literally just cannot die right now. Is it because of the skills I had on the bar? We are truly unkillable. Okay. Yeah, not entirely sure which of the skills is fully responsible for this, or if I just somehow got the perfect pairing of skills that caused this, but literally cannot die. Cool. How do I actually get her into phase 3 real quick so I can see if we can't actually manage to... I don't know. Carve. I think Spiritualist Carve ability is actually pretty good. Not against Hinata, apparently. Do I really not have a Royal Beast? The Worldo. Yeah, I can't hurt her. Breakthrough I can't activate. Stasis codes. Oh yeah, I can just, like, pair everything together. Malice Exchange. Oh yeah, I don't actually have any malices on me, do I? Debuff saved. But she has abnormal condition resistance. I probably can eventually get her into phase 3. I'll see you when I do. I'm going to take... At this point, I kind of have to take a disintegration just to see what happens, don't I? I'll see you when I can. It might just take a bit. Okay. Phase 3 is... Whoops. Oh. Whoopsies. I accidentally killed Hinata. We were on 0 spiritual HP the entire time. The thing is, I didn't punch Hinata. I didn't sword swing Hinata to death. I just used Bushasa and our holy weapon sword here to knock her down to low health. And then I was going to let her disintegration ray us. Problem being, Antithesis exists, and we hit the knockback full damage combo do back effect, like the full counter. And, yeah, Hinata tried to hit us in the back, and I just no-U'd her, and now she's dead. So, That's a thing. She used, like, the big swipe does a lot of damage attack. So, yeah, we're literally unkillable. Like, that was... I didn't try that in that fight. I just sort of won on accidents. Anyways, sure. Eventually, I might be able to get a Hinata to kill us. I'm gonna have to turn off Antithesis entirely, though. Antithesis. Anyways, let's just master... Let's just master Vainglory real quick so that we can see its ultimate skill, because I want to see its ultimate skill. Mastery Vainglory up to max. And from here, it should be able to become Laverna. I just need to go get a little bit of EP. Hopefully this evolution actually works properly, because... Do I have weakness? Oh, I guess I turned off... I guess, Royal Beast thing actually activated at some point. Store those. Malice Exchange, Redirect, Absolute Antithesis, Vital Shift. Why is this happening? I'm just gonna use the effect Clear, because for some reason... Oh, excuse me, for some reason those aren't going away. Let me grab a bed so I can actually count as sleeping. And I'm not entirely sure why the evolution of skills via... I hate phantoms so much. I want it to be nighttime so we get the attack buff, but phantoms suck. Least favorite mob in the game. Oh yeah. I guess just turning it... Whatever, time set day, whatever. Cool, we good? Sort of, we good, cool. I need to dump some inventory stuff real quick. Not entirely sure why I didn't get, why Vainglory didn't evolve there. It should have. Like, it should have just straight up evolved into its ultimate skill right there. We have all the requirements. I'm not entirely sure why Vainglory wasn't acquired either, though. I don't know. Maybe I think it's probably working fine. Like, everything else I thought was just weird, just worked differently than I thought it did. Or it was because I messed up somewheres. So I'm assuming I'm just missing something here. Training dummies, didn't mean to toss you. I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing something and this is working just fine. But for us, we're just going to go in and do /Tensura grant ability, grant, and we need to give ourselves TR Mysticism Laverna, the Lord of Vainglory. So go in here. What have we got? Is this the domain of the one who is regarded as the ruler of the shadows? Perhaps it is. But only you know the real answer. Something deep inside of you stirs. Let it out and consume all. Big shock on what this does. Thought acceleration, universal perception, Shadow Garden. All entities killed are automatically turned into Shadow Warriors. 5% of the target's EP cost on mastery costs nothing. Okay, so when this skill is mastered, anything you kill will become yours. This doesn't specifically say anything about bosses anymore. Shadow subordinates. What are you doing, bud? Suddenly splooting puppy. Okay. Anyways, so just run around and beat stuff up. 7794991. 794,991. 794,991. So it cost EP, but we gain more EP from the thing we kill than it costs to actually get them at this point, because we get extra EP from other skills. So, yeah. With certain mobs, and without the certain skill set, you would be spending more than you're getting. But we gain so much either from game rules, which actually this world doesn't have the increased game rules. I think it is legitimately just one of the other mobs gives us extra EP at this point. So, yeah, whatever we beat up is just a subordinate. Right now, it just means we get less EP than we should. But when it's mastered, it means we'll just get them for free all the time. Also, why are these ones being at full health, but the first one we tamed, or the first couple we tamed, ended up with 1 HP? That's a bit strange. Anyways, Shadow Garden, cool. Essence of Eclipse. All All your shadows gain hungry. Your shadows grow hungry. All shadow warriors gain increased stats when near the player. Okay, so just being nearby us makes them stronger. They're also freaking out a bit. Rewrite fates. Any deaths that the user may take are rewritten at the cost of 15% of the user's MP. Random will be teleported away. Does not have a cooldown. So when we were fighting Hinata, we didn't lose the MP. For some reason, but I have a feeling that was probably saving our lives a couple of times in a row, in quick succession. Anyways, Blitz. Gain the abilities of all nearby Shadow Warriors at once. Using this ability permanently consumes all of your active Shadow Warriors and gives you their EP and skills permanently in exchange. 3,000 second cooldown. So, all of them basically delete all of your active shadows, so you probably want to store the ones you don't want to delete. But we gain all of their stats. We gain... Oops. So, yeah, we just completely consume their essence, any skills, any EP, all that good stuff. I have to try this on I have to try this on a Hinata and on a and on a Shizu at this point, because the other version said it very specifically didn't work on bosses. But this one doesn't have that stipulation. So cooldown to 0, have that ready. Also should master in a moment, but we have other things to look at. Shadow storage works the same. Merge works the same. Although I don't think we actually get buffed anymore, maybe? I don't know. Let's grab out a target dummy real quick. 57. If we unmerge. Oh yeah, I guess it's still the Vainglory Shadow Merge. So if we merge with you. Okay, so we no longer get buffed by this skill. Like when we were merged, we would get the daytime and the nighttime buffs, depending on time of day. Oh wait, no, we do actually have it. You just can't see the difference in day very well. Or, yeah. Yeah, we do still have the buff. I was just using the wrong buff there. Cool. Actually, weird. We kept the armor buff, even though it's now nighttime and we shouldn't have the armor buff. Okay, weird. Anyways, merge works exactly the same. Euclidean dystopia. That is... Oh, that's a name. Now I'm curious. What does this do? Turn the surroundings into the Shadow Monarch's domain. A dense dark shadow looms over the user's harrowing aura, slowing down all enemies. Remove 2% spiritual EP per second. Okay, cannot be resisted or nullified. Oh. Oh, I see. Shadow Grasp. I don't actually have analytical appraisal or anything like that to see your stats. But apparently, they don't feel well right now. And in 50 seconds, they'll just die, apparently. And they can't stop it. And everything gets super slowed down from Shadow Grasp. So, I don't have analytical appraisal, do I? Like, I could learn it right now, but I don't have it mastered. So, let's just Tensura, what? Edit me, ability, mastery, Tensura, analytical appraisal up to max real quick. This way we can actually see what's happening. Oh yeah, it's still a toggle like this sort of thing. That is not 2%. Or unless it's 2% of their max. It might actually be 2% of their max spiritual HP, come to think of it. But these two, they're gonna die, assuming I hold on to this button for just another moment or two. Yeah. I'm curious how slow they actually are right now. They're regenning faster than they kill, so actually the spiritual HP thing is not going to kill them for some reason. They've decided that they got very low and just said no from this point on. Also, the fact that it is only very specifically what I'm standing on. Okay, no. cool. It's just like a big old circle. I suppose that's just to look cool, but the stuff over there is still actually getting affected by it. Good to know. It's being affected, even though it's not standing on the shadowy parts. Oh, and you can just sort of see how far it goes if I jump up like that. Cool. I kind of wished... I'm going to assume that every block on this layer was affected. I wish it was every... I kind of wish it was every block within range, get to see it, but that would make sight pretty difficult at that point. If I'm standing here, you're still being affected too, right? Yes, you are. So it's a circle, you just can't... It's a sphere, but you can't really see the sphere all that well. Also, great way to clear out grass, apparently. Because it's technically changing these blocks into black concrete for a moment. So, yeah, this is a good way if you just want to get rid of some grass real quick, I guess. So that's pretty cool. It's cool to look at. Probably not the most powerful skill this thing has. But basically, beat up everything, turn them into your shadows, and use their power for your own is basically the gist of it. So, what if I unmerge real quick? What if I just grab out a Shogo real quick? That's a good one to see. Actually, no, we already have Berserker. We'd only get to see this work with Survivor. So, my Faruki instead. Other Traveler's a good skill. So if we just summon you real quick, and just go ahead. You're now our shadow. And, where is it? Shadow storage. There we go. Shadow merge. You have temporarily gained spatial motion. I had shadow Oh! Is that why I didn't get Vainglory? No, Vainglory shadow motion. I was thinking maybe I messed up the skill, but nope. Anyways, we have spatial motion and traveler until we unmerge. Although the fact that we did an Otherworlder is actually pretty good, because you can see our boost in strength is now 300, and we do an extra 140 damage. Our buffs that we get depend on what we merge with. So, yeah. If you can merge with an Otherworlder, that's probably your best bet. So, unmerge real quick. And if we just right-click you back down, just going to run Blitz in a moment. So we lost our Traveler. Now we have Traveler permanently. I'm assuming that's going to... It cost its MP requirements. And there it is. No longer temporary Traveler. Oh. This is an exciting skill. All of the reference skills are fighting for top dog as far as my favorite skills go. Like, Antaeus probably still beats this. The Gojo skill is probably cooler than the solo leveling skill. But this is really cool. Let's try this with Shizu real quick. This one doesn't Wow, someone attacked me and then instantly paid the price for it. You're now subordinates. This skill is now on cooldown, so we'll go ahead and do that. Shadow storage, shadow storage, shadow storage. Cool, all you can wait in there. And Shizu become a subordinate. Oh wait, I think I already have to generate, so I can't fully see this. Fly, please. Really? You survived? Aha. Oh, I now have a subordinate Shizu. This worked. Although, she's kind of freaking out a little bit. It's still counting as if she was laying down. So you can see her name right there. It's causing some issues. Shadow storage. Shadow merge. Okay, you already had to generate. You can lose her. You do get all the fire magic, so that's pretty cool. But Shizu, as far as Otherworlders go, as her base, is a pretty weak Otherworlder. Ifrit, on the other hand, is actually stronger than most Otherworlders, I think. So if I do this, I get a bigger boost than with Mai, and I still get all the fire stuff that I got before. And in fact, I technically gained other stuff because Hinata only has ranged barrier. Ifrit has potty double. So yeah, beat up a Shizu, and then you just get her Ifrit as a body double, and just blitz Shizu to get Heat Wave and Magic Sense and Flame Manipulation and all this good stuff and degenerates. Yeah, yeah. Plunderer, Vainglory, and Laverna. That's this is pushing strongest skill. Like alt, like super 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 good Plunderer skill. Um, any mob becomes a thing. Does that mean that if I manage to, say, kill one of my Freerins in the other world that are super powerful and have all of our ultimate skills, would they in turn, would I in turn steal ultimate skills when I blitzed them? If I turn them into Shadow Soldiers and then blitz them, would I get the ultimate skills? I'm assuming Shadow Soldier probably doesn't work on a player, although it would be very cool to kill another player and then just have them as your subordinates well, if you ever fight them again. That would be pretty funny. Like, I can make you fight yourself. Oh. Oh, this is so cool. Ooh. Hmm. This is top 3 skill. Top 3 skills. Oh, now I don't know. Top 4 skills are going to be Freerin, uh, Antaeus, Laverna, and Timeless Memories. But now I need to place them in order of favorites of top 4. I don't think I can. Notice, 3 of those 4 are reference skills. Oh, this is, ooh, I don't know. I love this skill. This skill is so cool. I knew what this skill did most mainly or partly, so I already knew what this title was going to be before starting. But seeing it in action doesn't make me any less cool with it. Like, yeah, this video is called Arise. Like, 100%. Yeah. Anyways, so next time we are going to be reverting, so we won't actually have access to Laverna yet. I won't have access to Laverna anymore, which is now making me very sad because this is maybe one of my favorite skills now. But we'll actually get to see Azathoth and the dragon skills. And then this series, well, it's probably going to be a hiatus and we'll return to the same series, but I might start counting it as a different series. I'm probably going to just keep the same world and continue on. This is kind of the add-ons testing series at this point, so keeping it technically on hiatus but going kind of works. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. I forgot there was one more thing I gotta do. Like, I did this with the Shizu and saw that it worked, which makes me think this will work too. Slash weather clear, real quick, because Hinata fights are already messy enough. I don't need rain on top of that. The Wildo. Stasis coat. Why did she not automatically attack me, by the way, as soon as I spawned her in? That's an interesting case. Where is my insta-kill everything nearby skill? Where is it? Bushiasta. Stillness of one's heart. Oh, that was loud. Oh, and now I stole all of her spirits. Cool. Cool. Oh my goodness. Shadow Subordinate was reduced to ash after feeling the embrace of the divine. Anyways. Oh, I think I did that one. State. It would be very nice if I would come off a cooldown so I could actually either the world you or get rid of your max HP, because I kind of need to do both. Come on. Stasis coat. Stasis coat. Stasis coat. Just keep spamming this move and don't move. And eventually... Oh, hold on. What am I doing? Stagnate. That's just gonna work better, isn't it? Just stagnate her. Oh. How are you doing, Hinata? Oh, I'm hitting her back at some of these. Stagnate. Oh, you don't care about that. Fate was rewritten. Fate was rewritten. Hold on, why can I suddenly die? Was this breaking a moment ago? Huh. Interesting. Oh, go, little slime, go. Fate was rewritten. Stagnates. Huh. Stasis coat. Wow, you're actually doing pretty well. Stagnate doesn't work on you, but you still can't kill me. Like, I still won't die to you ever. And I also never made Laverna max out, did I? And I'm still not entirely sure what skill is protecting me here. Anyways, Hinata, I think she's at 162 now. Oh, she has, like, 1 health now. Stasis coat. Stasis coat. Wow. Go into phase 2, please. There we go. Ow. Dang it. The only way... Oh. Extra dang it. Oh. She didn't become a subordinate. Also, can I stop accidentally killing Hinata when I'm trying to get her to disintegration ray me, please? Like, that's twice now. She hits the antithesis like 20% or whatever. To note, before I started recording that little clip trying to get a Hinata again, I was getting pummeled by a leech lizard for like 2 minutes before it got hit back and turned into a shadow soldier. So, a little bit of a test here. It's not to say you cannot turn Hinata into a shadow soldier, which sad but understandable. I'm going to assume this would also fail with Charybdis. Although, interesting point. Could I kill the Charybdis? My flight is racial skill, so I could still fly up there, but I don't really have a good way to deal all the damage I would need to. So, it's a maybe. I don't know if I'm feeling testing that right now. But sadly, no Hinata for us as a tame. So no free mathematician and usurper, which are both very good skills to get. So that's a little bit sad, actually. Anyways, for real now, take care, everybody. So once again, I want to thank everyone so much for watching. And we need to make a special thank you to the members of the channel, the Gaming Tornado and Yamato Tanagura. Thank you both so much for your supports. And yeah, words are hard. That's literally the members, what I called the members for right now for some reason. Any good ideas for what to change that to? Please leave them down below. That is just a placeholder. Anyways, for real now, thank you once again, and take care, everybody.